this video, we're going to learn how to configure Hibernate sessions. Now, sessions, as you may know, are used to get a physical connection with a database and, of course, to persist and fetch data. Now, they're fairly lightweight and are meant to be instantiated essentially each time an interaction with the database is needed by retrieving it from a session factory, which is typically initialized as soon as an application is deployed. So here we have our hibernate.cfg.xml file, or Hibernate configuration file, in which we've added our connection properties, as you can see here. Now we can add additional properties to this file to optimize the way that Hibernate interacts with the database. Now the first property that you see here is hibernate.jdbc.fetchSize. Now this ultimately hints to the JDBC driver as to how many rows to fetch at once from the database. The second property we have here is the hibernate.jdbc.batchSize, and what this does is ultimately tell Hibernate how many SQL statements to cache before executing them, which can sort of help minimize the amount of transactions that are executed against our database. The third property that you see here is hibernate.order_updates, and what this will do is ultimately force Hibernate to order SQL updates by the primary key value of the items being updated, which essentially results in fewer transaction deadlocks in a highly concurrent system. And lastly, the hibernate.useSQL comments property, if turned on, will essentially generate comments inside the SQL for easier debugging. Now, these are just some of the properties we can use to configure Hibernate sessions, but there are quite a few more, so I do encourage you to look up the documentation on Hibernate configuration.